I want to talk about like the shit that happens to your belief system when you have things like ADHD and what I've learned about it. My name is Trish Law. I'm a trauma-informed life coach, as you all know. I have a raging case of ADHD. It is also my superpower. And I want to kind of fill you in on what I've come to understand about my neurodivergent brain that I find incredibly helpful. You know, one of my dreams is to speak at high schools. I love high school kids. I love them. I have to say, like, teenagers are kind of my favorite people in the world. I feel like they are so juicy. Like, I just want to, like, grab them and be like, let's fucking teach you this shit. And one of my very specific dreams about working with teenagers, which would probably get me canceled immediately, but I'm just going to say it because it's a safe place here, is if I ever give a talk at a high school, one of my dreams is to have every kid with like an IEP or a 504 plan stand up in that class, because these kids have been taught that they're different and fucking weird and that they learn in ways that are unconventional and they need extra support. Meanwhile, there's these normies over here just excelling. And the kids are learning this thing called learned helplessness. Like, they think because they're not good at that, that there's something wrong with them. And that has been one of the biggest liabilities in my belief system I've ever had as a neurodivergent person. Sorry, my pizza's ready. That's why that little thing sang. And I want these kids to stand up, and I want them to be seen. And I want to say, okay, if you have dyslexia, if you have ADHD, if you have autism, if you have any of these things that you have been labeled as somehow different, not better, not worse, just different, I want you to stand up. And I'm sure these kids will reluctantly do so, okay? Which is probably less than 15% of that room. And then I'm going to turn my attention to the rest of the room. And I'm going to say this. Okay, I want you guys to look at the people that are standing up. All you kids without the 504s and without the IEPs. All the kids that have been sort of excelling, and awesome for them, for following the protocol that appears to be normal, okay? I want you guys to take a look at these other kids. When you are looking for work later in life, when you are looking for a job, these are the people that are going to own the companies that you're probably going to end up working at. So when you're looking for a job, you're going to want to look for these kids. You're going to look for the ones standing up with the 504s and the IEPs, because those kids are going to be the ones that actually change things, because their brains are not programmable. So rather than look at them as the problem, and not that I'm saying that it is, I'm being dramatic, but their different brains are actually what's going to provide you with an opportunity to do work in some facet. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be some fucking normie. Bless their souls. And as I've thought about this, that is my dream, to be real, because it's, first of all, true. Second of all, the biggest problem with people with neurodivergent brains is not the neurodivergent brains. It's the fucking shame, the learned helplessness, and the shitty fucking belief systems. But that's another post altogether. One of the things I've learned on my healing journey is the way that I operate scares people. Point blank, period. And every single time I tried to fit into the blueprint of what other people thought I should think like, it was like when that guy tried to put on shoes in the birdcage. Like, it doesn't fucking work for me. And it's interesting. And no offense to the people that were guiding me. Most of those people were employees and worked in middle management. For example, not the kids with the fucking 504 or the IEP. There were the kids that knew how to cross all the T's and dot all the I's and hand everything in on time and follow the rules and be compliant. Listen, if my brain works like this and I'm looking for directions about how to live my life from one of those people, no wonder I was miserable for the majority of my life. I'm going to tell you something right now. I love those people. I have great respect for many of them. They've got retirement plans. They got a 9-to-5 job, very clear job description. Everything's neat and organized and responsible, and their fucking inspection stickers probably like 2 months ahead of time. I'm going to say something, and I'm just going to say it. After being told my entire life that I was reckless and slow and behind and problematic and doing it wrong, I'm more successful than all of them. Because I invested in believing in myself. I had to, or I was gonna fucking die. You couldn't put me in a lanyard to save your fucking life, okay? The people that wear lanyards work for me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't work for lanyards. Lanyards work for me. Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? When we who have different brains stop trying to fit in to a blueprint that was not made for us, and we start believing in ourselves and unbelieving that there's something wrong with us, we actually change things, because that's what a neurodivergent brain is supposed to do. Because we are not going to change anything unless we think differently. And neurodivergence literally means that you think differently. You can't solve the problem at the same level of consciousness that created the problem. You are going to need neurodivergence in order to circumnavigate aforementioned problems. And you will need the jobs that we will provide to you because we think differently, and you will be able to help us manage those things. And you are essential. And if that makes you feel like a piece of shit, that's not what it's intended to do. However, you now have empathy for all of your fellow classmates that were handed a 504 and an IEP or labeled different. We are very much the same. We are just very the same in very different ways. I'm not looking for advice for my business from you, lanyard. I will consult my neurodivergent brain and I will notify you of what I'm going to need from you. I'm proud of your high GPA. It's going to help me a lot. I said what I said. The most expensive thing that has ever happened to me is my lack of belief in myself. And my lack of use of my gifts because I thought my brain worked differently made me somehow wrong or problematic. Turns out, it pays my bills. And you know what? You believe in yourself a little bit more, stop trying to be like everybody else, it'll probably pay yours too. Make sense? Good. I love you. I see you.